Hi, it's Ronnie, and welcome to 12 Days of Christmas, hosted by Kathy Feigl. And it is also Woodgrain and Winter, hosted by MK and Janet. So it will be something Christmas with some wood grain. And this is a photo that I'm going to be scrapping today, and it's of me and my first grandbaby at Christmas. Oh, so very long ago. I don't even have no gray hair there. I know I wasn't even dyeing it yet. Yeah, it was a long time ago. I'm going to use that little frame there, the one on the outside. And I'm not going to go ahead and use that. I'm going to show you Merry and Bright on it and Merry and Bright on the other. I wasn't sure which one I was going to use. One's bigger than the other. I'm going to use the bigger one. And the bigger one's Diamond Press. The smaller one is Tim Holtz. I am also going to use snowflakes. They're already cut out, left over from last year or whenever the last time I used those dies. But yeah, I would have used some snowflakes. I will punch a few out though. And I'm going to use rub-ons. They are from like 3 different 49 and Market collections. One's like 4 years old, and I am going to use a few of them, and they go on just as good as the newer ones do. I'm going to use, I think two of those frames there. And then those little peppermint candies, and here is my wood grain. And I forgot to lay the paper pad there, so I'm getting it right now, and it's Craft Consortium, and they had it on sale. Well, I think they still do when, as of making this video, at Office Supply. But yeah, like $8 and something for 30 sheets. But they do have quite a bit of pads that are Craft Consortium. So you got lots to choose from if you want to go get one. I cut this in half because I wanted to go all the way across, and then I seen I had extra still. So yeah, I'm saving it. Who knows what I'm going to need it for. I wanted to add some green since, you can already look. I've got more red than I do green or any other color. So I am adding a bit of that lace. I really like that package of just lace. I'm not sure about a couple of the pieces, how I'm going to use them yet, but the borders, I know how I'm going to use them. That long black strip there, I planned on using it. Well, I forget all about it. Yeah, and I start to use something else black, and I look on the layout and think, there's no black on there. If I'd had that on there, yeah, I would have used the other black thing. But I was getting pretty close to done when I started to use the other thing. I am inking this green because it was so white on that white colored wood grain. Yeah, I wanted to give it a little bit more color so it showed just a little better. That black doily is from one of the packaging where you get to fussy cut out a whole bunch of stuff on the back of packaging. But I'm not going to end up using it. I thought I would have had it pictured in my mind where I'd use it, but it's not going to make it on there. Oh, those 2 packages are going to make it on there. I pulled out 2 green ones to start with. And then when I cut out that black doily, I seen there was a gold colored one on it. So I cut it out too. And yeah, I'm not as far ahead on my fussy cutting and prepping of this collection as I would like to be. I like to just pull it out and go. But yeah, I'm having to do a little bit here and there. I pulled out this little tiny brush because I thought I'm going to fit in places. That's when I had that little cluster up there and everything. I was going to go around it. I thought, well, it's not glued down. Might as well move it out of the way and put it back. It will not go back the same way. And I'll try to remember how I had it, and it won't work. So it will be a little bit different. I have the peppermint paper behind the photo. So I wanted to put it a couple of more places on the paper. I started to say paper on the places, yeah. But I'm stretching as far as I can go. I did cut out die cuts with the back of that, the red part and the stripe part, so that I could have them for something else. so I wouldn't waste any of this gorgeous 49 and market paper. Well, I do it with plain ordinary cardstock too a lot. Mostly because I don't want to wish I had another little piece of that cardstock for my layout and don't have it. I am cutting some of my greenery apart to stretch it farther, and there is more over there that I could have went and got, but of course I'm trying to stretch it so it'll last as long as it can. Chances are I'll be die cutting before I'm done. Uh, I am putting the smaller one on foam tape so it stands out a little bit, the package I mean, but I'm also putting the little flower so it stands up from the greenery. I took that label and rubbed on, let's see, let me read it. It says Merry Christmas. That's all it says. I could have remembered that, you would think. But that was from Noel, the one that was called Noel, and it's like 4 years old. And in the close-ups, you can see how well it rubbed on. It was pretty easy. I'm making a cluster down here. I'm going to move it over to the right a little bit. Instead of putting it completely in the corner, I'm going to move it over to the right a little bit and up a little because I thought I wanted it a little bit different this time. And so, yeah, it's going to be over. It's almost going to look like it's part of the upper cluster. I started to use that chipboard tag, but I thought, well, that's green and it's the stripe, diagonal stripe. And I already had red on here in a few places, so I tossed it over to the side. I think I ended up tossing two things that are green that way. I'm tucking that little ticket up there and it just says Holly Jolly Days because I can't figure out what to do with that cluster down there. I did a couple other things, so that I could think while I'm doing the other things. But yeah, there it's setting again for the same reason. And my plan is to use the little mailbox looking thing. But once I put it on there, I don't like it. So I will have to go to the iris container and figure out something else. I laid the two frames together, the film strip and the other thing. I need something that to fill in that space just a little bit. And that ticket isn't a whole ticket, it's like the bottom half. So I put it in the back to fill in with some color, but I figured nobody's going to be looking at the numbers anyway. And guess what? I cover it up completely. You cannot see that when I get done. So yeah, all that effort went for nothing. I'm like I said, I'm trying to figure out what I want here. I really wanted to use that mailbox, but the more I look at it, the more I think I don't like it. I bring it over, I put foam tape on the back, stick it down, and pull it right back up. Y'all seen me try to use it up there on the top cluster. Same thing down here. It's just not going to work. I'm going to have to figure out something to use it because it is really cute. I put a bigger poinsettia there. It has a stem. I cut part of it off. I think I cut part of it off. I cut part of something off. And there's that cute little mailbox looking thing, but it's red on red with the red diagonal stripes down there, and it was kind of big for red on red. So yeah, I'm gonna change my mind like as soon as I get it on there. I mean that quick. I might as well not put that foam tape on the back. But while I'm trying to figure that out, oh, I already went and got the other part. That says super sweet memory. And that is my little grandson. He was a preemie. So he was in St. Louis from October to December. And yeah, he got to be a little chubby little thing. And we got to bring him home. But yeah, he made it in time for Christmas. In fact, his due date was Christmas Day. But yeah, that's me with him. And you see me kind of leaning back. I thought she was just going to take a picture of him, not me. But she took both of us instead. But you'll see bits of yellow in here. since there was yellow in the collection this year, I wanted to make sure I used some because he has his little Winnie the Pooh pacifier clip on there. And I still have that thing. And I wanted to make sure I use those colors to kind of help draw the colors out in the photo. But uh, while I am doing that, I want to mention that down there below you'll find the links to everybody that's doing the 12 Days of Christmas and the Woodgrain and Winter. So be sure to check them out and visit all their channels. And Kathy's going to have a drawing on day 12. So make sure you check her channel out and get in on her drawing. But back to my grandson. I was staying up there in St. Louis and spending the day with him because they let grandmas do that. And I would hum to him. And after 2, 3 weeks, I noticed he was humming too. And I thought, is he humming? Is he really humming? And that's all it could be. Anyway, my daughter came in, and she says, what's that? What's he doing? I said, humming. She said, uh-uh. I said, yeah, he is. Pay attention. And she listened and he did. He was. Anyway, he would hum himself to sleep until he's probably 9, 10 months old. And I even had it on a videotape, and I love that videotape. But I just kept taking different, clips of him doing things. And it was in the camera when our house got robbed and it got stolen. And would I got anything else back? I would have loved to have that video. But I don't. All I have is the memory. But at least I have that. But that's it. That's my layout. And I had fun creating it and using the wood grain with it. This time I used it all on the background, but Janet said all you had to have was, you know, some wood grain on there somewhere, so I might not have quite as much the next time. But the Woodgrain and Winter is only, I think, 3 days a week. Friday, Sunday, and Tuesday, maybe. But yeah, then the 12 days is 12 days in a row. So the other will be going on past the 12 days. And I think it lasts to the end of the month. But if you leave a comment down there below, I'll try to get back with you. And if you like the video and hit a thumbs up, I'd appreciate it. And if you are not subscribed to my channel, I would love to have you subscribe. And those of you are, thank you so very much. And thank you all for watching my video today, because I know you could be watching any video you wanted. And there is plenty of YouTube videos to choose from. And plenty of YouTube videos down there with inspiration to create layouts. But there's my 2 packages. It's kind of hard to tell it's 2 in that photo, but there is 2 there. And there's the Holly Jolly Days. Isn't that a cute little ticket? I have a die similar, but it's not quite the same. I don't think I could stamp on it. Oh, and I forgot to mention, when I was watching the video and editing it, and I put the ink around the clusters, I thought, oh man, I was going to put speckles on the end, little tiny droplets with the little fan brush. So I deleted those photos, went back and sprinkled and took them again. So there are tiny sprinkles on there if you happen to notice and don't remember seeing them get put on there. But have a happy scrappy week. Have fun on the hops. Bye.